Good morning and welcome to the 7th Tackle, and it's my great pleasure today to welcome the coach of Wattles, Luke Duggan. Great to have you here, Luke.
Thanks very much.
Luke, last year was your first year as in A Grade coaching, I understand, and you took Wattles through to a fairly prominent position. That must have been very pleasing for you.
Yeah, definitely. It was a good year for us last year, 2013. Wattles had struggled a bit in 2012. They did a lot of recruiting in 2013. Matt, Ryan and myself come on board and we had a pretty good 2013.
Yeah, I think one of the important thing was the injury to Matt during the semi-final series definitely had an influence on your ability to go further.
Yeah, it probably did. I mean, against Gatton, we led at the time when Matt was hurt and he come off. Then the following week, he really struggled to play against Valleys and we probably struggled. We missed him a lot if he's not playing.
What's the difference this year between last year's side and your 214 side, considering you've lost Brendan Wilson and a couple of others, Xavier Manley? You've obviously recruited a couple of replacements, good replacements.
Yeah, definitely. We've got Connor Swinton, we've got Dylan Ebnetter, and Jamie also signed, Jamie Dote signed this week with us. So
Brody Sizolka.
Yeah, Brody Sizolka's another one who played 20. So the side's slightly different, but we still have a lot of the same guys, so we're still getting some good combinations with Jackson Green and Matt, Joel Coyner, those sort of guys. Still got Pat Manley up front, Mitchie Hannett, so it's still the nucleus of our side from last year with just a couple of new guys.
One of the players that I've been very impressed with both last year and this year is your fullback, Jackson Green. He's not the biggest bloke in the world, but gee, he's a very good number one.
Very good. Personally, I think Jacko's the best fullback in the comp. If I had my pick, he would be the guy I'd have playing for me. He makes very few errors and defensively he's very good.
Neil Jackson's been rewarded by his efforts by being named in the Clydesdale's 25-man squad, which is due credit to his performances. If we have a look at last year also, in your first year you were named Joint Coach of the Year with our friend Russell Bailey from South. No doubt you probably think you should have beaten Russell for the job, but for the award. But no, that was a wonderful result though in your first year.
Yeah, like those sort of achievements are great. I mean, it's a team sport, and that's probably an achievement that I was lucky to get. To be honest with you, we finished second, and you know there's a lot of coaches out there that do a good job. I mean, Dean Bosnich at Valleys does a fantastic job. Russell Bailey, he's a bit how you going at South, but other than that, yeah, there are a lot of good coaches.
The representative squad was named this week, and it was great to see that 4 members from the Wattles side were in that team. It's just reward for their consistent play over the last 18 months or so. I was a bit surprised that Pat Manley, though, is backing up this year. It was a very, very nasty injury in the semi-finals last year.
Yeah,
Luke.
Pat Manley definitely took a bad head knock last year. He's played a couple of games this year and he seems fine, which is great. It's terrific for him to be named in that side again. The side's a great idea. I just think travelling to Gladstone's tough on the guys, especially on their 1 week off. But you know, it is a great reward for the guys who get named in it.
Yeah, the 47th Battalion will be played in Gladstone this year. My understanding is next year it may be in Roma, which would be a lot easier for our fellows to travel from here to Roma. Talking about your coaching, Luke, where did you get a start? Who was your mentor? Who's helped you along the way?
I started with Valleys a few years ago with Justin Murphy, so I helped him out, and we did a couple of years there and we won 2 grand finals. Then we didn't do it, and I went to Wattles the following year. So guys like Justin Murphy, Ned Murphy, Gus McKellar, those sort of blokes, and they're still the guys that I ring today if I want to know something. You know, they're the people that I respect the most.
And you took a few Valleys people with you out to Wattles, which obviously they were keen to support you in the Coiners went out there with you. And
they were really Newtown.
Oh, were they?
Yeah,
they were playing at Valleys at the time.
Yeah, and that was sort of their first year.
Kim Phoenix was another one that went out
Kim
there
Phoenix,
with
you. He sort of turned up with Robbie Moore because they're really good friends. You sort of find the guys in Toowoomba, no one really gets paid a hell of a lot of money, so they're more happy to play where their friends are playing and where they're happy than anything else, and that's probably the most important thing to them.
It's great to have had you in today on the 7th Tackle, Luke, and we wish you all the best for the season.
Thanks a lot, Alan.